Make sure it's working.
Yeah, I'll give another viewer because I'm.
Where would I go?
It should stop.
Like I'm on my home.
It started. Go to your subscription.
Subscriptions.
Go to find the podcast.
Okay, hold on. I found it.
And
Make sure it's working.
you might turn your stuff down so I can hear myself with the mic.
I just wanted to see if it popped up.
All right, we'll just do the starting scene screen until 8:15 this time instead of the full 5 minutes. Since I screwed up and pressed the wrong button the first time around.
It'd be alright.
Hey, we're learning.
The first time. Well, I kind of expected this, I'm not gonna lie.
They changed the buttons on the deal.
I need to change my last name.
Oh Lord, who's Haley
it's
Jones?
Still under Jones. Me.
I know I'm messing with you.
I don't know how to change
it.
I think you gotta do it in your Google account.
I'm gonna eat off of it.
Oh, you can see this?
Dang,
Looks like
where's
John has
mine?
work to do.
They can see me?
Not yet. Yeah.
No.
So 8:15 and I'll switch it over. And they'll be able to see you
Y'all got a
taking
minute?
out.
Y'all got a minute until you see me eating my ice cream cake.
I might have to take a few bites of that.
Listen, a girl after my own heart.
I was with
We
your
will
mother when
have
we picked it
ice
up.
cream, cookie cake, probably in
Almost
our
got a
cabin.
check to
Not
cook
gonna
it
lie.
over.
Try to quit. I see the
Sorry,
chat's coming through,
YouTube
so that's
land.
good.
We are late, and it's all my fault. But that's what noobs are good for.
It's
All right, it's
8:15
8:15. I'm switching. I'm switching. Wang.
Okay.
YouTube land.
Switching.
Let's do this again. Act
Welcome for
take
real this
2
time.
or whatever you say when you go and try again.
All right, I'll take the intro this time since you did it and recorded it.
Right.
welcome to Race Hale Braisdale podcast, where we talk about everything related to the world of the NASCAR, mainly revolving around the Cup Series, unless something big happens in Xfinity and or trucks. I'm JTDALLIS. That's Voodoo, and we have a very special guest.
Yeah. In case you're wondering why she's eating this mint and chocolate chip ice cream cake back here, it's technically her birthday. I mean, she did
Technically
into existence on today, 15 doggone years ago.
Man, I
But
bet
yeah,
you
that's
feel old, don't you?
Skywalker.
See how good it looks?
And I'm dying still.
Oh, that's okay. And then
Freaking smells
if you
good.
guys didn't tell, you get the voice in my head, because that's the nickname we're going with right now until we come up with a better one.
That's me.
Yeah, maybe.
So we're going to talk a little bit about, of course, Kansas and that amazing finish.
Yeah.
We're going to talk a little bit about Darlington, some Hyundai, or however you say it. I'm a redneck, so it's just Hyundai to me. We're going to talk a little bit about some beautiful schemes. So if you're ready, we can roll that intro.
Let's roll that intro, baby.
Oh, it looks delicious. Close enough to my birthday.
Holy crap. I'm going to eat a bunch
I
of that
mean, we
cake
can
tonight.
have an ice cream cake.
I
Celebrate
like
your
this
birthday
episode.
or anniversary and Father's Day. Like,
All right, there's cake.
Can we bring an ice cream cake to every YouTube stream?
I mean, I can pull
I
up
mean,
my tub
I'm
of ice
down.
cream.
I'm
I
down.
have some Dr. Pepper float ice cream in my freezer.
All right, guys. So since we're running a little late, and since we recorded about 1/10 of an episode before we realized we weren't actually streaming,
Yeah. Welcome to YouTube.
let's
Noobs.
jump. All right. Let's jump into.
Y'all jump into
the
this, and I'm gonna
sponsors.
put this thing-
We get a couple more.
No, you can bring it back. I want to buy it.
You can have some.
I
Okay.
vote they bring an ice cream cake.
You're gonna eat all the chocolate chips.
I like
Chill
how she
out,
gets up to
mister.
put it up, and she's like, "Wait a minute." Bites.
Dad text.
Here, you want a bite?
Oh, babe, she gives.
Oh, thank you.
Welcome.
I would crack up laughing if it got all
Just
over his
touches-
camera.
It wouldn't have got to the camera. It just fell over the keyboard. And be all right. Yeah. So we're late.
Okay, yeah.
I just stuffed my face
So,
with some cake.
Before we jump into it, I know I just said let's jump into it, but before we jump into it, warning, I have a lot going on. I'm on call. I have family issues going on, and there's bad weather. So if I drop out for any reason, I apologize.
Speaking of bad weather, what the hell did y'all do up there in Oklahoma to piss off Mother Nature?
I don't know, but she
We
can
live
go
here.
away because I'm over it. Over it.
We live here. We literally have had like 12 inches of rain in the past week. Couple
Well,
tornadoes is great.
Tonight, it's tornado warnings, softball size hail, like 80-mile-per-hour wind, all coming.
Yeah, welcome to Oklahoma.
It
Yeah.
was nice and sunny for just good 2 hours, and then we are with getting windy, gonna rain. So
Yeah. So they're up there in Oklahoma. I'm a little further south down in Mississippi. Like almost touching the Gulf Coast.
Mississippi.
Mississippi.
lucky him.
At least we don't have to deal with hurricanes. So
Don't want to talk about it. It's about to start up again. Luckily, for a week, we're evacuating Mississippi area and going to Tennessee.
right.
That is during
Announcement. That's only 8 weeks away.
Indeed.
It can't come fast enough.
Right.
I'm so ready.
Right. All right.
Ready
So
for
you
it.
want to take the sponsors? Did you get the notes, by the way?
Which ones?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
I don't know what you're talking
He's
about.
talking
Willis.
to me.
I was talking, to the voices.
He didn't send me the notes until just a second ago. So.
All right. So
That
let's go
ice
for
cream cake?
Darlington.
The little bit of that ice cream cake that I ate hurt my stomach.
You're welcome. Happy birthday.
Lactose intolerant, I'm pretty sure.
Boo.
Um,
I have an error showing up on the stream, or at least in OBS.
It's. I think it's an OBS thing because everything's working fine on 5.
hold on. Get back to it.
All right. Well, if y'all
I'm
say
not
it's still
showing any
going, then
complications on
No,
my
either am I.
end.
Yeah, it's
YouTube
still
is
going. I
not
don't
receiving
know what the
enough
deal is.
video to maintain smooth streaming.
It's just
Oh yeah, it's just your bit rate's probably up a little high for YouTube.
Yeah, well, it'd be all right. We're learning. Well, we'll see what it looks like afterwards. And,
Anywho,
It's just a little bit behind based on my end.
well, let's jump into Darlington and actually talk about some
Adios,
NASCAR for a
birthday, bro.
second. Corey LaJoy in the number 7. His new sponsor is the Razzle Dazzle.
yeah, which we do have a little picture of what that throwback's gonna look like, because it is a throwback scheme. And then we got the 47 over Ricky's
Heck yeah.
spin house. Not really a new sponsor
spin out.
to the Cup Series, but I think it'll still look pretty cool. We got Oscar Mayer and the Artisano bread. Maybe. I don't know. That sounds like rich people bread to me.
I would love to. Right? I would love to see Ricky Stenhouse in an Oscar Mayer Wiener car.
A Wienermobile on track. That would be kind of cool to look at.
That'd be
not gonna lie.
hilarious. Make that the pace car.
No big team changes.
No team
but
changes.
our boy old John Hunter Nemechek is going to be pulling double duty at Darlington this weekend.
Yeah, he's in the number 20 for Xfinity, isn't he?
Yes, sir. He's going to be running a throwback in that car, and I don't know if they're going to be running the throwback in the Cup Series or not. Because originally I thought
I haven't seen anything.
he was supposed to be running a Mobile One scheme this week, but the entry list shows him in a one of his Family Dollar or Dollar Tree, one of the two. We'll see.
Yeah. Some major updates since we had no team changes. Talks of the potential of hybrids coming to NASCAR in 2025 or 26. Some prospect. Oh my gosh, I can't.
Perspective.
I can't.
There you go.
Yeah,
Voice in your head's helping you out.
OEM said, I know, right? Said they would only join NASCAR series if the series offered a compelling narrative for consumers with hybrid cars or sustainable fuels.
That's from the Sports Business Journal. So what do you think about
That's boring.
the potential of hybrids being in NASCAR?
I hate it. I hate it. I was okay with the hydrogen engine. I was cool with that one. But hybrids are awful.
Yeah.
Is that the one you said that they were going to Tokyo for?
Yeah, that's the one in the off season they were researching in Tokyo because Tokyo runs hybrid engine or not hybrid, hydrogen engines.
Okay.
So
They just need to have their own race
Yeah.
because
I mean,
they're not
it
gonna.
does say hybrid cars or
Fuel with-
sustainable fuel, so maybe water is technically a sustainable fuel. Or hydrogen, I should say.
like I said,
completely
I was
water.
cool. I was cool with hydrogen engines just because I've heard the exhaust; they sound similar. But hybrid cars, I feel like, would negate the need for like green flag pit stops and just take a lot of fun out of racing.
Yeah.
What NASCAR needs to do is just ramp up that horsepower.
Do you think the hybrids change the safety aspects and as well?
Definitely. So, like, one thing that I learned when I was a firefighter was if there is even a hybrid that has a battery and that battery blows up, you might as well stand back and watch it. It will take hours to put that battery out.
Yeah, I've seen.
I just don't think it'd be safe.
Yeah, I've seen some fail-safe stuff at like, I guess factories or plants or something like that, to where they got those big old batteries in the middle of a just gigantic pool of water. If it starts to catch on fire, they just dunk it underneath it and keep it under there.
Yeah. So, I mean, that'll turn your cautions into a red flag very quickly for a long time. I mean, think of it as a rain delay. If one of those battery goes up, especially it depends on where they put the battery. Because if the battery explodes and it's underneath a driver, that driver's gone. I mean, I hate to say it. There's no way safely that you can put that battery there. Now, maybe if you put it back in the fuel cell, but if that battery ignites and it ignites the fuel cell, you're fighting a whole other demon.
So I just don't think safety-wise it should be allowed.
I'm sure
don't
if
see
they
how it would be
Wound up
honestly,
going that
but-
way, we'd see some tests coming up soon.
Yeah.
Who
Now,
knows?
hydrogen engines are a little different. They're more like regular combustion engines. So
But enough about hybrids because they
who
suck.
knows?
We all know that NASCAR has been in talks with Honda, and iffy on if that's going to
I'd
come to
love see a
fruition or not.
car.
But now there's some new rumors picking up that Hyundai, however the hell you say that name.
Yeah.
It's Hyundai.
Sure, it is.
It's my kind of car. I think I would know how to say that.
Okay.
I didn't
My
know you were
bad.
Korean.
Hyundai
Oh,
could see NASCAR as a viable
Okay.
marketing platform. So maybe a new OEM. I
so-
wonder if that's one of the ones that's trying to push for that
Oh.
hybrid junk.
on this, so like kind of a spoiler to S Cubed, but in 2012 when Dodge got out of NASCAR, it was because of just the massive amounts of money that it takes to run an OEM for NASCAR. I don't see Hyundai being able to keep up with things like Chevy and Ford, and you know what I mean. Don't get me wrong, Hyundai is a big manufacturer, but I honestly don't see them as a big of manufacturer as, like I said, Ford, Toyota.
Well,
Chevy.
I mean,
I just don't see it. So
they can get into the Cup Series right now and have just as many wins as Ford does.
that's facts. Rip.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Ford has, I mean, and I'm going to say this: Ford has, I would say, more resources and a lot more money comparatively to Hyundai.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I could see Honda coming in before Hyundai. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And especially as a race, like look at Toyota racing. Toyota's been racing since the 80s. So is Honda. And you get what I'm saying? I mean, Honda's obviously more motorcycle racing, but I haven't seen a Hyundai race car. And I mean, I could be just looking at the wrong spots, but
who knows? Yeah.
who knows?
All rumors right now. We'll see what happens in the next couple of years. Got a feeling we'll still see the same three.
Right. A change in the clause for the charter system was floated around by NASCAR until they received some pushback. They were trying to add that a member of the France family could buy into a team starting in 2025, which is like a monopoly, basically.
Sounds sketchy to me.
Explain that to me, because I have no clue.
Okay, so Bill France, okay, he was the one that's credited for starting NASCAR the way it is.
Okay.
Okay. His family has been in like control, quote unquote, of NASCAR since then. So in order to stop them monopolizing and like rigging races and stuff, they have not been allowed to own any parts of a team.
I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah, that'd be like, okay, say there's one family that's over the NFL and they buy into the Vikings.
Could have picked a
They're
better
going to
team.
be favored.
Exactly.
Okay.
I just literally the one that popped into my head.
That makes sense. I get that. I just didn't understand what I was saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, so basically, like if they were going to make charters permanent, they were going to have a little clause in there for them to be able to just jump right into it if they see fit.
I don't think they should if they kind of ahead of it and running it. They're going to get favoritized. They're just going to get mad at it if their team doesn't. So.
Well, I mean, I
Make it
get
where their
mad when
team
my team
does.
doesn't win too, but I'm not as invested
I
as they
was
are.
pissed off.
But we ain't got no control over it.
yesterday. I was pissed off yesterday, don't worry. And I don't even own part of that.
Right? In my heart, I do.
But yeah, I know. I own enough merch. I should probably buy into the team.
Yeah. So speaking of charters, not on there, but still got the rumors of Stuart Haas selling off some of theirs. But I saw this while I was at my daughter's softball game. That's why it's not on the list. But there are rumors starting to brew up of Stuart Haas and Front Row Motorsports merging.
Finding, yeah, I've seen those rumors.
I have not seen them rumors.
So I was scrolling X and Reddit the past few days when we were in the hospital, and I have seen a couple of posts talking about them possibly merging.
I guess I need to get on Reddit because I haven't seen.
You step up your game, voice in the head.
Listen,
All right.
I downloaded X for y'all guys.
Hey, baby steps.
Work on it. Anything else?
We need ice cream cake for our future streams.
Every episode.
So you're gonna maybe game the weight of loss back.
Uh,
We'll have some for the
Oh, you hear that? We're holding you to a promise. This is a written contract as of now.
Yep. Sealed in blood.
I'll get with wife on that. Or at least two.
No, we just need it
That
for the
Monday.
podcast day.
Yeah.
We don't need it for the race.
What about y'all's special episode? Have an ice cream cake just sitting in the background.
Yeah,
Maybe.
Special episodes. That's not. Those aren't scheduled. Those are just
Can
when we
I
feel
throw
like doing
ice
them.
cream cake on y'all's faces? That would be
Only if I get to eat it
Good
afterwards.
idea. We'll just play yeah, we'll get to play trivia and then we'll have like whipped cream or something.
Instead of being boozled. Get smashed in the face with a whipped cream pie.
See, we'll have to talk this over with.
Oh, she would love to just throw crap at me.
Yeah. I think it's a great idea. The kids involved, family episode.
And we could figure out how to do a family
Episode, huh?
episode at this up in Tennessee. I might bring my webcam with me. Bring my webcam with me and hook it up to whatever device we're gonna stream on.
I do have a NASCAR trivia game.
You also have NASCAR Monopoly.
I do. Yeah, but I don't think anybody wants to sit there for 4 hours playing NASCAR Monopoly.
I don't know. My kids love Monopoly.
Oh, well then, see, she won't play it with me.
Boo!
He cheats.
Booze in the
My
chat.
dad actually cheats.
Oh, come on. Just because he's
Booze
better
in
at
the
it than
chat.
you doesn't mean he's cheating.
My dad is like runs it like a businessman.
No,
You-
like, listen, her dad, it's a business major, and
So he's just
got,
using
what,
his
a
skills. He's not
bachelor's degree?
cheating.
Yeah, and he destroys his game. Like, it's bad enough I don't want to play with him, and I love Monopoly.
That's right. I say the same thing about my mom. Like every time she plays it, she wins.
But
Yeah. So speaking of family stuff,
yeah,
Race Hale Praise Dale family, we got a podcast fantasy league on NASCAR.com. Search up Raise Hale Praise Dale. That's HALE for Hale, and make sure it's got podcast on the end there, or it's not ours. The password's all lowercase RHPD 2024. Get yourselves in. You probably still could get a chance to catch up if you pull off some good weeks. And the winner of that fantasy league is getting a 164th from the LionelRacing.com website. That'd be pretty cool. He's over there teasing us with some Jimmy Johnson stuff.
Oh, he's trying to figure out how he could attach it to the arm where.
Sorry, my ADHD is driving me nuts because, like, so I
Dare
kind
you
of
show me Jimmy Johnson stuff and not fully show it to me?
Better just pick it up and show
You
it.
want to see my Jimmy Johnson?
Yes, I want to see your Jimmy Johnson.
Speaking of the podcast, last race I
The
was
license
very
plate.
proud of that.
Yes.
I got my license plate. Also, hang on. My bottle koozie.
Hey, we just got that.
Nice. Old school Jimmy
I don't know
Johnson.
what bottle. Hey, I don't know. Kind of small.
It's one with a beverage in it.
Honestly, what I was looking for, because I was saying like a NASCAR game night, is I have a very well used Coca-Cola family NASCAR playing kit right here.
Is that a deck of cards?
It is.
It is.
Nice.
It was my grandma.
So apparently I missed putting the purse for Kansas in here. Let's see if I can look it up real quick. Today was definitely a Monday at work. I'm surprised I got the stuff that I did.
Listen, I'm glad y'all have time to do this when y'all work, because I work with some kids and ain't no way. We're at the end of the year. We had a glow party. Like all black lights and everything for little bit of the day, so we just kind of watched a movie and
I got it on there now.
very well. Very far behind.
Yeah, I will be.
No, I was just letting y'all know. The only reason we have
What's up,
that
brother?
foam finger is
What's up,
because when saw Kyle Petty in that area, you could spin this wheel and try for your chance to get tickets to like a track pass. But I think I got the foam finger and John got some stickers.
I'm sorry, my ADHD is taking.
Well, let's direct your ADHD over
Okay.
to Kansas.
I need you to read, babe.
What am I reading?
I don't know. Ask Voodoo.
We're jumping to
Oh,
the Advent Health
The
400.
the purse for Kansas was $7,894,315.
I don't have the updated notes, so I don't know where you pulled that.
I know it's the next one down. That's the only thing you changed.
Yeah, I just put that on there because I'm a bum. I'm surprised you didn't want to take this next part. The poll went into some weird kid that drives the 20 car. Likes purple.
The one that is being shown right now.
Yeah. Christopher Bale.
I had visual aids.
Ross Chastain got second place to start off. I mean, it was exciting, the race itself, but there weren't too many crazy accidents up until stage 3.
Stage 3 took forever to get,
Yeah,
but I'm not complaining. Don't take that as me complaining. It was a good race.
it was a good race. Or LaJoy sucks, but that's for a different discussion.
Yeah.
Why would you do it?
Yeah. So like we mentioned, the first couple of stages were as far as wrecks
I
and
have
stuff.
an active representation of the car. It said, and then it all got smashed, and he quit.
Yeah, except it didn't have a 48 on it. It had an 84.
It was 48 in spirit. He might actually win if he put the 48 back on.
I don't know. Bowman ain't been doing too good. Although Bowman's pulled off a few top 10s in a row now. Maybe he's picking up some steam.
Okay. So about Bowman, I'm gonna put this out here. He's not doing as bad as I thought he was. Now, hear me out. When you start looking at stats, the overall average finish, I think like second is Larson, third is Elliott, fourth is Byron, and he's number 5. So he's not doing terribly. He just doesn't have any wins to show for it.
Yeah, much like Ford.
Well, no, Ford's just crapping out.
I mean, they lost
who
this
I was
weekend by
shocked to
.001.
I was
And
gonna
I'm
say, do you know?
pretty
I'm
sure there
shocked
was
to
a
see he
Ford
was
up in that
as high as he was.
Atlanta top 3 too.
Correction.
No, wait, it wasn't.
Shocked that he started third. I think he finished top 10, didn't he?
I think so. Bell ended up with a P9.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, stage 1 went to old Denny Hamlin.
Oof.
And
I thought he
then
was going to win. It kind of
a
scared me.
Ford took
He
stage
did.
2.
He was screaming at the TV.
Chris Buescher.
Yep. Stage 2 went to Buescher.
Mm.
And then, of course, NASCAR cheated. I mean, Kyle Larson got it by .001 gap to Chris Buescher for P2. Also, this is the closest finish in history, but did you know there was only a .003 difference from P1 to P4?
Sounds like Atlanta.
How do they
That was Atlanta's
determine,
top 3.
Like, what's the line that they?
Yeah.
Who's in front? Because everyone I've seen so many posts about what line do they count,
Yeah,
So
so
How did
it's
they, how did
technically
they come up with it? Since it was
so
that
it's
close?
technically you seen the very first line like right before like the black and white part on the
I've
start
seen
and
very many
finish. That's where
things.
they count it.
yeah,
But my problem was if you look at the line is curved weird, and
yeah.
they're like,
Well,
oh, that's because of the way that.
I think what it is
ahead, dude.
like they painted the new start finish line and they left some of the old paint sticking out from underneath on the old one. But the way that NASCAR works is at the start finish line, there's actually a super high speed camera that they set up like on pit lane basically that shoots a straight line across the start finish line, and it's like I think it's some ridiculous number like 3,000 to 8,000 frames per second that it takes pictures. So it's that line that they judge it off of, not what's on the ground. So I think Bob Procris was the one that kind of explained it on X.
Okay, because I've never seen any of the ones like that. That's why I was confused because everyone kept posting different things, and I never knew how they.
Yeah, and so
like
there's a camera that they
those
based
calls.
off of the decision, not the wavy painted line.
That
I
makes
got
a
you.
lot more sense.
The
It
painted
removes a
line
lot
is
of the
kind of
human error.
ceremonial more than official.
I still think Busher should have got it.
Yeah, they should have gave it to Ford. Ford needs a win, damn it.
Keep it PG-13.
I was talking about the Hoover Dam. What you talking about?
Nice save.
Mm-hmm. So
All right, time
everybody
for
went
our
through
favorite
tick
segment.
and no penalties or anything like that. So
My bad.
fancy dancy.
Time for our favorite segment, Rookie of the Week.
Yes. Not too much good stuff coming out of the rookies this week, but we gotta take what we can get, right? So number 4, Josh Berry, started in 17th, ended up in 15th, so he net positive 2 positions. And Kaz Gralla didn't race this week, and
Did not race.
So why didn't he race? Was he just
because Riley Earps was in the car.
Yeah, I was about to say it wasn't his week, so they share that spot.
He races most of
Kaz
them, but
Gralla
there's
and
like a
Riley Earps.
few races that he hasn't been in the car.
But in the number 71, Zane Smith started P24 and finished P29, so he lost 5 positions.
And then Carson Hocevar started in 22nd and finished in 24th, so he went backwards 2 spots. So based on that stuff, I would say that Josh Berry gets it this week, even though it's not super drastic. But something that we started last week after Dover, decided to keep that going. So after Kansas, we got the points of the 4 rookies.
Yep. And as of right now, so Kansas is the 12th race out of 36. That's including playoffs. As of right now, Carson Hocevar is in first with 200 points.
Josh Berry's right on his buttocks. 196. He's only 4 points back. So he's trying to close it up.
And Zane Smith is a little further back with 107. That's a 93-point differential from Carson Hocevar.
And then Kaz Gralla, of course, didn't race this past weekend, so he's still sitting at 100 points, which is 100 points behind Carson Hocevar.
Yep.
Don't think he's going to get it. Who knows?
No.
He could win a few races. Anything's possible.
I'd be kind of shocked.
We got Talladega and Daytona still coming up.
Let's say, yeah, we got super.
And another Atlanta.
That's right.
Yeah, so I would say Josh Berry gets it this week, but Carson Hocevar is still holding on to the lead at this moment. Barely.
Barry is dwindling down as far as a deficit.
Keeps coming up with
think last week he was like
good runs. He's going to pass up Hocevar pretty soon. All right.
But
so something that we do, that's it. Well, not we do. Something that Dally does exclusively here on YouTube. Now that we're on YouTube as well for the live stream, is
actually I posted not exclusively.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You do post it on X and stuff now. And
I
TikTok.
posted on TikTok and X, but it's my personal TikTok account. So
Yep. Which technically is in the description of the YouTube videos. So. We used to do Spotify, but Spotify decided to be dumb, so we don't go there anymore.
changes.
So let's jump into finishing up or wrapping up Kansas here and show you the weekend winners.
Let's do it.
Yeah, buddy.
Hang on, Voodoo. I will be right back.
All right. I was hoping Corey Heim would be able to pull off the cup race too. But what we're going to next, flip back to this screen while we wait for him to get back. We'll be looking forward to Darlington now. So what we'll be doing here in a moment, we're going over the schedule, the forecast, who we think is going to win the upcoming race, and then we don't normally do this because we do put out a YouTube video with all the paint schemes on Thursday mornings usually, or Wednesday afternoons, with all of the schemes for the upcoming race. But it's Darlington, so screw the rules. We're going to go over some paint schemes soon. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Darlington Raceway butt cushion.
Is that comfortable?
Butt cushion stays in my computer chair because it's so comfy. It's also expensive.
I bet. Yeah, so
Before the Texas race, they had some inflation, just like checkered flag. Once it's like, we should get those. Nah, I figured they'd pop. Tote them around anyways.
So, we went to Darlington, not the throwback race, but the one after that last season. And dude, by the end of that race, my butt was hurting so bad. I looked at Haley and I was like, I've got to do something. And we ended up buying this, and it was like $30 just for this little pillow. It was stupid.
If only
His butt
like
felt
for the
better, though.
weekend. If only for the weekend I could take some of my belly fat and put it on my butt.
Right. I need, when you figure out how to do that, you let me know because I need to know.
Yeah. So let's get into Darlington. Oh, Goodyear 400 throwback weekend, baby. Yeehaw!
Yes,
I'm ready for
sir.
it. Ready for it.
All right. So on Friday on FS1 at 3:05 p.m., very specific truck practice and qualifying. At 4:30, NASCAR Race Hub 5:05 Xfinity practice and qualifying. 6:30 NASCAR race day again, and at 7 you have the truck race. First stage is 45 laps. Second stage is 45, and last stage is 57 with a total of 147 laps.
Yeehaw! Saturday also on FS1, and if you didn't notice, all these times are Eastern. So on FS1 all day at 10:35 a.m. you got the Cup practice and qualifying, and then at 12:30 you'll have NASCAR race day, and then the Xfinity race will be at 1:30. with the same stage structure as the trucks. Got 45 laps for stage 1 and stage 2, and 57 laps for the final stage with 147 laps total.
Is it just me, or does it feel like it's been a while since we've had like a full race weekend? I always
Well,
feel like
yeah, it's
either
kind of been jumping back and
off or
forth.
Trucks are off. Yeah. Okay. So it's not just me. Good.
No, not just you. But
all right, for the main
technically, Arca's off this
course
weekend
on
so.
Sunday. Well, yeah, but Arca's not usually. Like,
the race is usually televised, but
on what? Because I don't see them.
they've been on FS1 last couple times.
Really?
Yeah.
I swore I had them just set up to record. I guess they haven't. I don't know. Anyway, I'll
check
have to
again.
double check. Anyway, on Sunday. At 1:30 p.m., NASCAR race day starts, and the race is set to go green, or at least have its start up at 3 p.m. The first stage is 90 laps. The second stage is 95 laps, and the last stage is 108 laps of pure awesomeness. That's a total of 293 laps of the Lady in Black.
Yes.
That's the best I can do right now. Sorry. I hope that built you up a little bit.
All right, so the forecast. Let's look forward to the forecast, because it kind of hindered Kansas. I mean,
Right.
on the bright side, it was supposed to hinder Talladega, but it didn't.
Especially for you, huh?
Right, because I had to drive 5 hours the day off to get there. That's one way. That's not round trip.
The good thing about Tennessee, though, is if, knock on wood, if it does get rained out, at least we don't have to just turn around and drive home. We have other play.
Oh, yeah. Well, we can watch it on Monday and then go check into the cabin afterwards.
Right.
All right, so getting to the
Anywho.
forecast. On Friday, truck race, mostly clear, high of 75 with a 19% chance of rain. The winds will be 10 to 11 miles an hour out of the northwest, with gusts up to 17 or 18 miles an hour.
On Saturday, the Xfinity race, it's supposed to be sunny with a high of 76, 11% chance of rain, with winds 7 to 8 miles out of the west-northwest, gusts up to 15 miles an hour.
And then, of course, the most important day of the weekend, where we get to see all the pretty throwbacks on the track.
Sunday.
Cup race time will be mostly sunny, high of 77, only a 9% chance of rain. The winds 10 to 11 miles an hour. I did not put a direction for some stupid reason because I'm a dummy. And then gusts up to 18 to 20 miles an hour.
All right. So talk to me about Darlington. Who you got for it? Who you got?
I didn't have time to research, but I think I'm going to go with a Ford. I think one of those RFK boys finally get in.
Last two. I can tell you who won the last two. Eric Jones won the throwback last season, and Kyle Larson won the playoff race. But neither one of them were my pick. My pick is William Byron. That's my pick for this weekend. It's going to be in my mind, it's going to be a close call between Keselowski and Byron. Those are my two.
Yeah. I think it's going to be RFK finally getting to the winner's circle. Because they've been knocking on the door for a few weeks now.
I want... Oh, yeah. Between Keselowski and Buescher, they've had, top 10 finishes in the past 4 races?
Yeah.
5 races? So...
But
I'm really looking forward to RFK racing. I'm slowly swinging over to be an RFK fan. I'm not going to lie.
I could see Reddick pulling off a win, though. Again.
I could, too. As long as Denny doesn't win, I'll be happy.
Yeah. We shall see. Now, for something that we don't usually do, but we're gonna do it because it's Darlington. We're gonna look at some of the paint schemes that have been revealed that are gonna be running this weekend. Oh
Quick
yeah.
question: how do you have these structured?
What do you mean?
Like are they by number? Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's number order.
Okay. I was like, because the teams aren't together.
How could you not look at the pictures and see that they were not numbered?
I mean, it's
Because
Dally
it
we're
was
talking
mixed
about
and
here.
matched on my screen.
I mean, he said ADHD, autism. You know, I mean.
Oh man. Boom.
All right, look at that beautiful blue bush Ross Chastain.
I love that they made shoes that matched. I'm just saying.
Oh, that was this week.
That was
Oh, was
last
that this
weekend.
race?
Yeah.
That was
can
Kansas.
match.
We're talking about Darlington now. Catch up.
Sorry.
Program.
Now, I would say I like this one better than his other Busch Light scheme. I think this one needs to be the primary.
I agree 100%. Now, it doesn't beat the fish scheme. No, I like the fish scheme.
No. But that's not a primary scheme.
I know. But I agree with you. This one beats out. It just has like, I'm gonna say this and you know what I mean, and it could be just because I'm like in like a throwback mood because everybody's doing throwbacks. It just gives out that 90s vibe. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I agree. I like it.
I'm gonna score this one 4 stars out of 5.
I'm gonna say that this one might be my pick next week. Oh wait, no, you get to pick the car from this week, don't you?
You dang right I do.
Yeah,
And you better get ready, son.
I got the historic one. I already know which one you're picking.
No,
we'll talk about it when we get there. Austin
Are y'all fighting
Cindric
over which one gets
scheme.
to say that?
Maybe next week we'll just pick 2 from Darlington.
I mean, technically it's a throwback. Maybe that's what I could do. Like whatever car I like, I'll just get the throwback version and put it up there. Like not the one that they ran this weekend, but like the original scheme.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now y'all two don't fight over it.
Maybe we'll have the same paint scheme.
It depends on which one you're picking there.
Yeah. So Austin
have a good
Cindric
idea.
hasn't, at least I haven't seen his scheme pop up yet.
I
So-
have not either.
The next one will be Austin Dillon's scheme. Might help if I get to the right thing to move it forward.
I don't think Penske has released any of theirs. Have they? I don't think so.
No, I don't think they
Not that
have.
I'm seeing.
Because Blaney doesn't have one, does he?
Blaney's isn't out. Cindric's isn't out. Logano's isn't out yet.
That's all Penske.
But here's Austin Dillon's. Going with a gold Best Pro Shop car.
Go back to Dale Earnhardt Sr.
Yep. Not a bad driver to throw back to. Not that we have any bias
It's a
to him or
good-
anything.
It's a good one. I said senior. It might have. Was it a senior or was it a junior that drove this car?
I don't remember, to be honest. But anyways, jumping forward, this next one's been out for a while. We're gonna reveal it anyway. Old Josh Berry, old school Harrison scheme.
I like it. Give it 3 out of 5 though.
It's
Favorite.
simple, but I like the way it looks.
The next one's my favorite.
No, nobody likes this next one.
Oh, hush. I
I
didn't say I like the driver. I like the
nice.
Gotta say this is
but it's
probably
kind of hard to beat Mr. H when it hits throwbacks.
I would say Hendrick has pulled off an amazing lineup this season. But yeah, this is arguably probably the one that everybody's been waiting for.
Oh,
I
thought,
hope they make a
okay,
diecast so I can buy it.
There's no way they
definitely
don't make
making
a
a diecast.
diecast of this.
I'm just saying.
They already put it out that they're making the 4-pack. So you can get all 4 of them.
Yeah.
We have an order to put in.
Oh, don't you worry. I already got my mind on.
Yeah, buddy.
And clarification, it was Dale Earnhardt Sr.
Good stuff.
in 1998.
Sweet. Moving forward, keeping the numbers in order. Old Brad Keselowski. This is going to be the car that you see in Victory Lane next week.
I'll allow it. It looks good. It's got the 1960s car.
Well, it was
I like it.
Wasn't it a rally car that he threw this one back to?
No, you're thinking of No, I'm thinking of Reddick. Never mind. I think that is a rally car.
Cause he had like 3 that he was picking from, and I think he picked the rally car. He had a funny car, a rally car, and something else. Here's the old razzle dazzle scheme of McNugget, Corey LaJoy.
This is literally the ugliest scheme in this list.
Now they say it's a throwback, but like the picture that they showed, it's literally just like the style of paint job, like the stripes on the left-hand side over there that's not even centered. They're not even the same color. Like, I don't get it.
Yeah, it's a 1 out of. That's a no for me, dog.
I just don't like
know
it.
He's like going back. Like, who's he throwing it back to? Like, I don't get it.
Yeah, good question.
I don't know. I feel like they could have thrown back to like, which I mean I know they have in the past, but like, I just did the scheme for them last week. It's right there. Hang on. Or no, the week before last. The guy that sings El Paso, Marty Robbins.
Yeah.
Because he drove the number 7. You could have made it.
Well, you've never shown me any cars like this. You have a lot of cars, or show me a lot of.
No,
I didn't understand those.
It's a 1 out of 5. I don't like that one.
Moving on, Kyle Busch doesn't have one out yet. And then Dally hates this next one with a passion. Chase Elliott. Throwback to Dale Earnhardt Jr.
National Guard to come back through.
We're going to have a Dale Earnhardt Sr. and a Dale Earnhardt Jr. car on track.
Little scheme.
Yeah, same difference.
But, oh, it's so nice. I like that one. 5 out of 5.
All right, so Noah Gragson, Denny Hamlin, Ryan Blaney all don't have one released yet. So we're jumping to Chase Briscoe. And his Mahindra Tractors throwback. I think I like this one better than the primary Mahindra Tractors.
I do too. That's a throwback to Tony.
I believe so.
It's a tier. It's a top tier. I'd say 4 out of 5. It's not like amazing like Mr. H's, but it's a good one. It's a good one.
Yeah. So Kaz Gralla will be back in the car this week coming up, but we don't have his scheme yet. I imagine Derek Kraus will probably be running the same scheme that he ran at Kansas, which is not a throwback. And
throwback to Kansas.
Yeah. Busher does not have a scheme released yet. So we're going to jump to Martin Truex Jr. Throwing it back to himself.
A couple years ago. I have this car.
When he was in the 78. Yep.
I have the 19 signed from. Are you sure? Was that a throwback to when he was in the 78?
Yeah, the video that they released showed the 78 and then converting over to the 19.
Speaking of Truex, I forgot to tell you, I have the Truex brothers sweep of Dover. What track? They swept Dover last year, right?
Believe so.
I got their winner's circle this weekend. Forgot to tell you. Sorry, my ADHD off again.
Horrible.
I know. I'm sorry.
So just for that,
stars.
there's
It's
no
good.
Christopher Bell scheme.
There is. It's just trash.
Well,
I don't
I mean,
like Christopher Bell's scheme.
it wasn't released before I got all this stuff together.
No. I will explain it. It's literally his regular DeWalt car, but it says 100 years of DeWalt on the hood.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, I did see that.
It doesn't look good. I don't like it. I loathe it entirely.
Yeah, well, what can you do? Jumping forward, this quality on this one isn't the best because they haven't released an actual render of the car yet. But Wood Brothers Racing and Harrison Burton throwing it back with a cool little Dex imaging.
A good 3 out of 5. Looks good.
Not bad. Not bad. As we mentioned
Minus 1 for
before,
quality.
Logano doesn't have one posted yet, nor does old Bubbles. So we're gonna jump forward to William Byron.
5 out of 5.
The only thing I don't
It's
like
a work of art.
is the front of it there is not matched to the original.
I agree, but still, 5 out of 5 is a work of art.
Apparently, the backside they showed, and it's all the navy blue instead of painted red like it was on the original. So, not a complete
4 out of 5. You're talking me down.
Yep.
You're talking me down. 4 out of 5.
Not a completely perfect Exalta scheme throwback, but still nice
Still
nonetheless.
a tasty one.
Yes. So Daniel Hemrick doesn't have one out yet. Michael McDowell doesn't have one out yet. But the other front row guy does. We'll jump to Todd Gilliland.
McDowell could go as his what was it? Why am I having problems with names of racetracks? What the heck is going on? Where he cut Keselowski out. I lost it. Never mind. Keep going. Todd Gilliland.
Yeah.
3 out of 5. Not bad.
I like it actually. It's simple, but it's nice. I like how they matched the font up to the throwback that they were doing. Pretty cool.
Not bad.
Let's jump into another Stewart Haas racing car. Ryan Preece. United Rentals.
I do like that one.
I like the
did
orange.
You see? Okay. So, question: did you see Stuart Friesen's? He's a truck driver. His throwback.
I texted it to you.
Did you? I thought that was my wife that texted it.
No, I'm not your wife,
No.
homie.
My wife just sent it to me too. Never mind. I'm sorry. I'll shut up now. For our
By the
viewers,
way, it is a Jimmy
looks a lot-
Johnson patriotic scheme
Hang on.
throwback.
Looks a lot kind of like this. Hang on.
I don't think I have that exact Power of Pride car. Yeah, no, I don't have it.
Looks like this. Technically, I think this is the wrong one, but it was close enough.
Yeah, that's not the one that it's throwing back to.
No, I think the one that one's is 2004.
Yeah, with the big stars on the side.
2010. Sorry, 20. Says it on the picture.
But anyways, back to Ryan Preece. I like this one mostly because it's got orange on it, and orange is my color. We don't have John Hunter Nemechek's or returning to the 43 Eric Jones paint schemes out yet, but I'm pretty sure they're going to wind up not being throwbacks, which is kind of disappointing.
Upsetting.
But we'll jump to Tyler Reddick and this 1 out of 5 money line car.
1 out of 5.
I don't like it.
That's a good car. I like it. It's not a 5 out of 5, but I mean it's. I guess I get the same vibes that you did from Gilliland. I'll give it 3 out of 5. That's a fair. I like how simple it is, and it does match the car that they wanted it to match. So
yeah, I guess so.
Give it a 3 out of 5.
Next
also,
one.
I don't think I gave Ryan Preece's scoring. He gets a 4 out of 5.
No.
This next one gets a 5 out of 5. It is a work of art. Hang that picture on the wall and frame it.
Ricky Spinhouse doesn't have one out yet, but it's probably the Wienermobile. But we are going to jump to Jimmy Johnson. Alex Bowman.
Do not desecrate his name with Alex Bowman.
I love it. This might be the first Alex Bowman paint scheme that I get.
It won't be the first one, but it'll definitely be my favorite.
It smacks me.
5 out of 5. Go put it in the museum.
Yes.
I'm gonna have to get the die cast.
Mm-hmm. All right, so we gotta skip a bunch of people because they don't have them out. We're gonna jump down to Carson Hocevar. I actually like this one too.
I do too.
Put some lights on the top.
It looks like a cop car. Right. I wish he could get his nameplate like blue and red.
It'd be nice if they let him put some lights on top and like he just turned them on during the race, so everybody had to pull over for him.
That'd be about the only way he's gonna win.
Now, technically, Jimmy Johnson did run a throwback car this week, or this season rather, not this week.
He did.
Way back in Daytona
for the 500. I have it pre-ordered.
Me too.
Should be here in August.
Yes. And then last but not least,
I like Daniel Suarez. I like his. It is technically a throwback to the Mexican Clash.
Yeah.
10 out of 10. I like it.
Well, actually, isn't it a throwback to the driver that he looked up to back when he started racing?
It was, technically.
Yeah,
I'm waiting for Cindric to do a throwback to my S Cubed. That's what I want right there.
But it is nice that they changed the font to match the other car on that one.
I do like it.
I like that a lot. Yeah. And for you newbies, the thing that he keeps talking about, the S Cubed, is the Slick Scheme Spotlight. Basically, what we do is we alternate each week where one of us picks a scheme from the past. Could be anywhere in the past that we bring up. And then the other one brings up a scheme from the past week.
NASCAR was founded.
Yeah. All the way up until the last weekend, but we haven't gone to the point of pulling two from the same week.
I thought we talked about where it wasn't this last season, not this last weekend.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah.
Although this weekend might be different because it's Darlington. We'll see.
We might for throwbacks we might have to just do two throwback schemes.
We'll see
or
that.
Whatever schemes we pick. All right. Roll that clip.
Yes. Let me see if I can find it. There it is.
Shout out to Voodoo for putting those slides together. It looks awesome. So I have the then scheme, which if you guys don't know, he kind of explained a little bit about it, but what we do is we pick two schemes. One of us picks a scheme from the past, which is the then scheme. It's my week to do that. I picked Brad Keselowski in 2012, and besides being just a great scheme and awesome. I would pick this because this is the last year that Dodge was in NASCAR. So let's talk a little bit about this scheme. Brad Keselowski in 2012 was an absolute beast. He had 5 wins, 13 top 5s, and 23 top 10s. 2/3 of the races he was in the top 10. And like I said, I chose the scheme because it was the last year that Dodge ran. And a little bit about that, Dodge was phased out after their flagship, which was Penske. For those of you who don't know, Keselowski used to run Penske before he semi-retired, then bought into RFK and now races for them. They announced they were switching to Ford due to Dodge not being able to sign a multi-year contract. And the reason they couldn't do that is because Fiat bought them and basically budget cuts out like crazy. And for those of you who don't know, and I kind of talked about it with Hyundai, it takes an ungodly amount of money to run cars for NASCAR, because not only do you have to give the teams the cars, you have to give them support, you've got to give them parts. Not on top of that, you also have to pay for advertising, and it's nuts. The one thing that I was reading about when I was researching, about Dodge getting phased out was about 2 years ago, which was this when I was reading this. It took an average of over $100 million for a season of NASCAR. That's including like parts, of course, the cars themselves, any kind of help or R&D on that end, advertisement, employee pay just for the NASCAR program. So Fiat was like, "No, we can't afford that. So either you can get them a year at a time, or you bouncing out." And so Penske decided to run a Ford in the 2013 because of that. But let's just take a look at that beautiful Miller Lite scheme. I mean, like it's essentially the same scheme that's ran since the 90s, but I miss it so much.
Yeah,
The 2 is just not the same without Miller Lite.
it's not bad at all. Not bad at all. I will give you that. That's his then scheme. The next portion is the now scheme, which is essentially a scheme from the previous week of racing. And that would be Kansas. And I chose to go with the rookie scheme this week because, as I mentioned before, I like the color orange, and this car is pretty. So I chose old Zane Smith, the 71 Focused Health car from Kansas. Got that pretty little blue and orange going on. Like it. So he started in 24th and pretty much struggled the entire race. Not gonna lie. But the scheme's still pretty. Started in 24th, finished in 29th. So he lost 5 spots. But it's alright, because it's pretty. Look at that angle there. I mean, it just
Does look good.
he's pretty. Very pretty, very pretty. That's our now scheme. Nothing fancy. Didn't pick a winning scheme or anything special. But I like it. It's a not a normal scheme that he runs. I mean, the sponsor is somebody that he goes through a lot this season, but they changed up the scheme this week. Pretty cool, pretty cool. That's our S cubed. I think that's everything for the stream. So with that being said, make sure, I mean, we're on YouTube this time, so you got to do the whole like and subscribe and all that stuff.
Yes, sir. Don't worry about what I just added. I will explain that here in just a second.
Okay, I was confused.
Yeah, sorry. I didn't mean to confuse you. I was just playing around with something.
Gotcha. But yeah, so like, comment, subscribe. I'm gonna try and put one of those fancy little graphics up here that like does that. But I mean, it's
like right here.
Yeah, like I think it's that way, maybe. Yeah. Anyways,
Definitely.
so we didn't have anybody chatting in chat today, but we did have a few people drop in to watch. So we appreciate you guys, and I hope that you'll return again next week.
Yes, sir.
We'll take a look at the analytics and see how YouTube fared versus Twitch, and see what game plan we want to go through next time. So, with that being said, we're crossing the line of another Raise Hale Praise Dale session. Until next time, may your tracks be clear and your victories many.
Good night, race fans.